Check 1, 2, check.
Sound good, mate. Sound good.
Good? Yeah. It's going to do a bit of get out. How my eyebrows? Got eyebrows?
They look
Give me some eyebrows.
I think you've got enough there.
Okay, we're good to go. All right.
G'day members, my name is Michael Burgess, the General Manager of Cranbourne Golf Club, and welcome to the first edition of GPL Classified. Today joining us here is the Tournament Director, Cameron Mott, also the Assistant Manager of the Golf Club. Cameron's been instrumental in getting GPL up and running at Cranbourne, and Cameron's joining us today to run through a few of the rules, a few of the regulations and a few of the changes that we've brought in this season. We're also going to have a look at a few of the teams and just to sort of see who some of the fancies are this year, who may go well and who may go not so well. So, Cameron, welcome.
Thanks, Michael. So last year was a fantastic season. It was our first season here at Cranbourne for the GPL. It was really well received. It was a bit of a touch and go sort of situation at the start. We weren't sure how popular the season was going to be, how well it was going to take off, but it was brilliant. It just went so well. We had 10 teams last year. We had 6 players in each team, but now this year we've expanded it because of the popularity of the competition. So we've now got 12 teams, 8 players per team. So we've jumped right up now. So 12 teams and 96 participants in it. Almost half our Saturday field each week, which is really a good response. Some of the quick how-to with the Premier League. You just play your normal competition each week, your normal group. You can play morning or afternoon, so it doesn't matter. You don't actually have to match up with whoever you're playing against. Each team has 8 players in it, and the top 4 scores for the week for your team is your team score. Your team score goes against the other team that you're playing against, and basically it's a matter of who comes out on top gets the points. Really good competition, good for socialising, and you don't have to do anything different other than play your normal game. Michael, how did you find last season?
I think it was great. I think it brought a bit of camaraderie in the clubhouse after golf. I think it's great for member interaction. A lot of members sort of noted meeting new members and putting some faces to names. And there's been some great new improvements on the website, the GPL website, where you can see who you matched up against each week. You can see the individual scores, see how you went, see who did well, see who's got to lift the game a bit for next week. So I think this year's going to be bigger and better than ever.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Should we go through some of the teams?
Absolutely, no problems at all. I think it would be remiss of us not to start off with the premiers from last year, the Mulligans.
Absolutely. The Mulligans had a great season last year, commonly referred to in the entire state. Actually, all the Golf Premier League experts from around the state, they actually ended up renaming them Cam's Moneyball Team because they were a group of individuals who most of them never met before, all members of the club obviously, and look, what can we say, I put them together and they end up winning the premiership, so Cam's Moneyball Team right there.
Good to see that you managed to work yourself into the members' competition in the team, Cameron. So well done for that. Well done for that. How about the Mulligans themselves, the guys that actually played and actually won the competition?
Yeah, look, they'll obviously go down as the first team to win the premiership. They did a great job last year, and they've stuck to that formula this year by bringing in 4 new players. They've given Michael Hill the flick. He's actually gone over to their arch nemesis, which is Morning Glory.
Contentious move, I would have thought.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, Michael was pulling his hair out after it. It was just he didn't see it coming. So leaving the Mulligans this year is as well as Michael Hill's also Tony Kelly. Tony's been thrown down to the minor leagues after his no-show at the Cranlow presentation night last year.
Yeah, it's an indictable offence.
It's very disappointing, very undisciplined from Tony. Look, the new players coming in for the Mulligans, David West, Andrew Juris, Mel, have we got to draw tonight? Klotz, and also Chris Salmons as well. Plenty of strategy going on here from the Mulligans. They've obviously done some good work with saving money in the salary cap. They've got 3 players just coming off season injuries in Robert Walker, Mel Klotz, and Chris Salmons. Just not sure they can hold up for the whole season. Yeah,
look, I guess only time will tell. It's certainly it'd be good to see them go back to back, a whole new team, and good luck to the Mulligans this year. I've penciled in Terrific as a bit of a dark horse actually this year. Under Captain Alan Levine's guidance.
Yeah.
Alan's probably one of the most consistent golfers we have at the club. Just looking at his record, he's scored over 30 points in 16 of his last 20 rounds,
Oh.
including a 41 points back in late March. So certainly coming in with some really good form. And obviously runs in the family. Stan Levine's a very good player as well, and also very consistent. They've been likened a bit to the Scott brothers actually. Very lovely guys, but very tenacious. And once they get onto the course, it's game on. So have a look out for those guys. I'm sure they'll be up there. And Alan's Meister smoky for the Cranlow this year as well.
Oh, wow.
They also welcome back Dave Dribbin, Michael Sucker, Abe Berman, and Hilton Katz, who is new this year actually, and Les Hellman and Gary Kukia are fresh to the team this year. Les was actually picked up in he was one of the highest draft picks that went around actually this
Really?
year. So he's come in with good form. Gary Kukia, this one is a bit of a left field, but I think he's also going to be up there in the Cranlow. Averages 35 points at the moment, Gary.
He has a bit of a height to the team too, so if he
He's
breaks
certainly-
down on a basketball game halfway through, the goal.
You have to be versatile, I guess, don't you?
You do. It's the Premier League, anything could happen.
So I guess it just comes back to whether he can step up. This is the big league now. We're not in the little boys' game, so I'm sure Gary will do very well. So look, they didn't score well. They were in the bottom half of the ladder last year, but I'd really expect to see some improvements from Terrific this year.
Absolutely. As well as Terrific in the league this year, we've got the Huckers. We shouldn't go past the Huckers because they did win the knockout competition last year, the finals competition, which is kind of for the also rounds to a degree, but it means that if you don't quite make the finals at the top 10 at the sharp end of the season, you can still play for something. So the Huckers did well, took out the knockout, and they were very proud and excited to do so, which was great. The Huckers are again led by Mervyn Moneyman Rubin, the club treasurer, and he ran second in the Cranlow to David Horn last year.
Sweet swinging Mervyn Rubin, they call him. He's,
Absolutely.
Just poetry in motion watching Mervyn grace the fairways.
It's like spreading honey when Mervyn swings. 3 new players in the team this year. We've got Ernie Newstead comes in, Jonathan Landis and Les Korsman. So they're shoring up what is already a strong team. So I think they'll do very well this year, the Huckers. Rumour had it in the off-season actually, Michael, that they were thinking about renaming the team. They were looking to rename it to Goldman Sachs & Co. But
Right.
they didn't want illegals suit halfway through the season and take their focus off the golf, so they've left it at the Huckers.
I think it's probably a wise choice.
I think so.
Yeah. Moving on to the Goonies. The Goonies, captained by Don Argoon. He's the only player to name the team after himself, so there's obviously a little bit of head wobble activity going on there.
Big head wobble from Don.
But you know what? He's a confident leader, and I think it takes a confident leader to lead the team and to win GPL. So I think he's the right man for the job, and I think he's picked a great team.
Absolutely.
We've got some new players coming in to the competition this year. John Neeson, Peter Richards, Henny Poole, Chris Webb and Ken Hamby all come in for the first time. So good luck to those guys. Dave Patton, who finished second in last year's Cranlow, is firing back up again. He is coming across from the Six Amigos, as is big Adrian McClure. So they've got some a great combination of experience and some new blood in the team. One thing's for sure is that if they do play well, if they do win, everyone in the clubhouse will know about it. So I'm sure.
Absolutely. Definitely.
But good luck to the Goonies. I'm sure they'll provide plenty of entertainment and some great scores this year.
They will. Another new team this year is the BFDs. They've got Tony Beaconsfield and Ash Korsman, who have come across from the Maccabi Blues last year. The Maccabi Blues were, of course, caught up in the Stephen Dank controversy last year.
Who could forget?
Quite ridiculous, really. If you'd gone out and seen these guys play, no one would have accused them of taking anything at all.
Didn't make sense.
Maybe some sedatives. Also coming into the team is Amir Pazak, who played with, they're now called Amen Corner, but they were the Cranium Invincibles last year, so Amir's a good pickup as well. As is Peter Whitner, who's David Whitner's son. I think David's won about 500 club championships here at Cranbourne, so no doubt Peter will hold the family proud.
Any idea what BFD stands for? There's been some rumours going around, the big friendly dudes.
I have been told, but I unfortunately can't say it because children may see this show.
Right, I'm sure they'll go well, and good luck to the BFDs this year. Moving on to the Great Pretenders. I think this is a not so apt name. I think they're probably a little deceptive with calling themselves the Great Pretenders. I think they could be a very strong chance, and they're very strong on paper this year.
This team was the Super Sixers last year.
That's correct, yeah. So still under the guidance of Howard Marine. Howard has been rumoured to have offered free marquee hire to anyone in the Bayside and Caulfield area for 1 year for any party they want if the team wins. So there'll be a few punters looking forward to the Great Pretenders having a good season.
Wow, that's a big call from Howard.
He's a very generous fella, and his business, Mr. Party Hire, I'm sure will be able to happy to help. Dave Brava and Eric Meyerowitz, very impressive performers last year. They both tied 5th in the Cranlow medal, so they're lining up again. Very solid performers, and we expect some great rounds from them again this year. We've got Tony Grusd, Jeff Henschel and Malcolm Rain all back for a bit more, and again, rumoured to have been playing very well lately. 2 new players come into the lineup, Graham Lasky and Harry Zoltzman. Graham's been sort of likened to Bryce Gibbs sort of type setup. It was the highest draft pick that went this year. Highly sought after, and I'm sure Graham will add a lot of value to their team. Harry, there was a bit of contention there. The President's men was very strong for him. They chased very hard. Yep. But Harry was stuck to his boys, and I'm sure he'll provide the spark that those guys need. And I'm sure they'll be up there again this year as well.
Excellent. I think the last team that we've got to go through at the moment before we have a special guest shortly, the Molly Dukers. Interesting band of brothers, these ones. Certainly my tip for the most amount of beer consumed after a round. Although the Goonies could push them for that title. So that'll be an interesting little back and forward during the season. I think we're all looking forward to seeing in the clubhouse. We'll be watching these guys closely as well because they claim to be made up entirely of a team of left-handers.
I hear that.
Yeah, I think anyone seen hitting with the right side of the club will probably get kicked off. So look out for a bit of controversy during the season if anything comes to the front there. Michael, do you know about 17% of the population are actually left-handed?
17%? No, I wasn't aware of that, Kevin. No.
It's actually it's quite apt here because only 17% of the guys in this team have got any golfing talent whatsoever.
Right. Well, it's unusual. I think they should be able to put a few rounds together, Kevin. Wouldn't you think?
I would have thought 1 or 2, but you just got to watch all the dog legs here at Cranbourne because the lefties will come unstuck with those reverse dog legs.
One thing's for sure is they'll always have a team in. These guys are here every Saturday, and I'm sure that with the new format of the amount of games that count, I'm sure they'll be well advantaged with that, and it'll be interesting to see how the left-handers go.
Very much so. Well, thank you, Michael. I'll step out here. We do have that special guest coming in for the next segment, and Michael will take you through that.
Thanks, Cameron. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you.
Here we are here with our chief GPL analyst, Ben Ferret. Ben, welcome.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Ben. Ben, as our expert analyst, you've had a good look at the teams this year, and we thought it would be an opportune time to get you in and have a bit of a chat about some of the teams and who you think some of the fancies are going to be this year, and maybe some standout performers, and maybe who might not be up for the challenge this year.
Okay.
So, what have you got for us, mate? Who have you got in your top 3?
I've done a little bit of research on the teams, the new teams that we've got in, and good to see so many numbers there. My top 3 teams in first place is definitely going to be Amen Corner. They've definitely got the best lineup, most consistent, headed up by Sel Batten, probably the most consistent golfer we've got at Cranbourne Golf Club. So I think they're going to be good. Morning Glory, very soft, very soft outfit. Probably led up by Lou Scantos being the softest. Just got no ticker anymore.
Made the final last year. We're probably a bit stiff to miss out on bringing home the trophy, given they lost a couple of their big players for the final. You don't think they'll be up there again this year?
No, I don't think so. They will get close, but I think they just haven't got enough firm players this year. I think they're, with the additions of Mick Hill, but I don't think there's some stronger teams in there, so they're going to struggle, I think. Better than Carlton. I think they're going to be my number 3 pick.
Okay.
Players that play every week, really consistent, so some really good players in there.
Under the captaincy of Errol Kaplan, formerly known as the Schleppers.
Yep.
New red badge this year, better than Carlton, so you think they'll go well?
I think they will. Errol Kaplan's drawn a little bit of inspiration from my haircut, so I think he's going to do really well.
Yeah,
definitely a player's haircut.
I've noticed he seems to be a new man these days, actually. So
looks better than ever, I think.
Yeah, I agree. That's great. Do you think on paper there could be some teams that may just struggle to cut the mustard a bit this year?
I think there's going to be a couple. Probably the President's Men is going to be my biggest pick.
It's contentious.
Michael Warren just lacks the leadership qualities, I think.
Okay, I'm certainly not going to agree with you there, Ben. But
I've seen his putting and it's not fantastic, especially when he changes it by himself. But I think he's going to struggle. Jack Raz could hold that team together, I feel.
He's certainly going to be the glue that holds that team.
I think he is, definitely. Definitely going to be the important player in that team.
John Rosinski's a new player for the team there. He's obviously brings about a world of experience, a man who plays the seniors tour.
Yeah, he
You
does.
think he might help the team a bit at all?
He could be okay. He'd probably got the world's worst golf swing. But I think apart from that, he can get the job done.
Okay.
But I think they're just going to struggle with depth.
That's a big shout out to John. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. Thanks, mate. Any standout individual performers who you sort of earmarked as possible? Obviously, Dave Horn was our inaugural Cranlow medalist last year. How do you think he'll go with the pressure of that sort of that badge and I guess knowing that he's the person that they're out to beat this year?
Won't be able to back it up.
Okay.
Will not be able to back it up. Like I said, my money's on Searle Batten. Searle Batten is my man, I think. He's super consistent.
Yep.
Got a good short game, so he's going to be the one, I think.
Searle, a client of yours?
No, he's not.
Oh, right. Okay.
He will be after this, though.
Yeah, okay, good. Anyone else that you might think could be leading the charge for the Crown?
It's tough. There's a lot of good players in here. Definitely Peter Trudgeon, Callum Trudgeon, the Trudgeon family. They could be close. Yeah, Callum's pretty good. Definitely consistent. Ken Hanby, if his knee holds up, he could be okay. Mm-hmm. Could definitely get the job done. But yeah, it's pretty open race, I think, at the moment.
Great. Last year's premiers, the Mulligans, you think they'll be strong performers again?
They will go close. Obviously, they've got a few injuries now with their new team. So they've got a few people coming back in or new people coming into the team. So I think a little bit of might be hard to get them to perform all together.
Great. Any dark horses? Anyone that you'd think probably doesn't look that strong on paper but just could surprise us over the season?
Yeah, I think possibly because of their name, Dude, Where's My Pa? Probably one of the better names in the competition this year. Yep. So I reckon they could be the ones. Could be the dark horse, headed up by Brendan Davis, who's pretty consistent.
Yep.
So that could be a really, really good team, I think.
Yeah, a team of new players all playing for the first time this year.
Yeah, it should be a good team.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Ben. Really appreciate your hard work you put in here. It's going to be a great season, kicking off obviously on Saturday. We'll certainly touch base with you guys again mid-season and see how well you've gone.
See how my polling is.
Thanks,
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, buddy.
Nice little piece there with Ben. Thanks for coming in and helping us out, Ben. Good to have the expert tips.
Certainly some contentious tips there from Ben. Certainly wouldn't want to be around when John Rosinski or Michael Warren come back in next time, but he's a strange one, Ben.
Michael doesn't hold any weight here anyway. I don't think that's a concern for him. So to finish up, guys, we're going to have a look at this round's matchups. We'll just run through the rounds, then we'll get Michael's tip for the season winner, and I'll give you mine as well. So this round one, good luck to all the teams coming up. The Mulligans are playing Morning Glory in a rematch of last year's grand final, so red hot out of the barrel there. Terrific play better than Carlton. Huckers with the Great Pretenders. President's Men play the Molly Dukers. Amen Corner play the Goonies. And Dude, Where's My Pa play the BFDs.
And who's your tip for the year, Ken?
For the whole year? I'm going to go with a little bit of a smoky, a new team in this year, but I just can't go past what a fantastic name is. Dude, Where's My Pa? With the Trudgeons in there, Chris, Brendan, they're a really strong team, I think, and I think they're going to be very consistent this year. How about you, Michael?
I can't look past Terrific, to be honest. I think the Levine guys will lead, and I don't think they'll look back. I think they'll be very strong performers in that team, and I'll be surprised if they even lost a match this year.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us for our very first episode of GPL Classified. We'll see you again very soon. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.